Welcome back to Cryptogains for another video. In this video, I'm going to share with you the Bitcoin price. Take a look at the charts, see what's going on. If it sounds interesting, drop that like. Give me a subscribe if you're new watching. This is not financial advice. Real quick, please do your further research before you invest your money. In the last few weeks, I've been saying to you, pay attention to this red line. I'm using Bitcoin on the Bitstamp chart. We're looking at the weekly time frame. So each candle represents price action of a week's worth. And over the last few weeks, I've been saying that we may very well come up to this red line and we may find it hard resistance. We may find it hard to break above. When I first spoke about it, it was sitting at a price of 24,500. So if you look, I was pretty close. It's gone up to 25,000. This red line's been rising slowly as the weeks go on. So you can see that we've actually met resistance, just like I said, that we would come up to this and find it hard. Why? Because in the past, we always held this red line, which is the 200-week moving average. See here, 200. We always held it as support. You can see back here, look, we held support back around here. Moved this little blue bubble, you know, this little circle. All here, we held it as support. If you come back to 2015, 2014's bottom cycle, you can't see it fully because the red line sort of thing. But all here, look, if this red line was to extend, you could see we held full body candles around this whole area as support. So it's the first time that Bitcoin's price, and even here if you want, has been underneath this red line. And when we first tried to break it back in August of 2022, this area here, we had sort of like a short rally up, but it, you know, couldn't hold it, fell straight back down. And ever since then, we've resisted beyond it. I also have the 20-week moving average line as well. This is the yellow one, 20 week, right? And the reason I've got this is because we recently broke this, and when you use them together, it paints a nice picture. You can see here, look, this is where all the time we kept getting rejected. We couldn't break above it, fell down. Every time we came close, fell down. We came close, fell down. And I said to you in a video about 4 weeks ago, I showed you like an animation. I showed you an animation of all the price and said to you, what do you think is going to happen when it breaks this yellow line? If you was here back then, drop the like, drop a comment, say you was here, because I'm sure you remember, right? Because I was showing you this as an example and how all the price kept getting rejected off the yellow line. It couldn't break above it. It fell down. And I said to you, when it finally breaks it, you're going to see fireworks. It'll break up and we'll see price action go up. And that was what we saw. So right now we saw this. But this red line is the problem, because we have to break this in order for prices to really explode. Because if this red line wasn't here, the price just would have gone crazy, right? So this is its resistance. So this is what I'm looking at right now. Where would prices fall to? If we see a pullback on Bitcoin's price, I expect it to come down to this yellow line, which at the time of recording is sitting about $19,700. So it's likely over the next few weeks, if we can't pick up the pace of the buy power, the momentum, we might see Bitcoin's price come down and touch this yellow line, and then it bounces off it. Okay, and then starts going up again. So look for $19,000. 19,700, 19,800. That could be a good buy price to, like, you know, consider buying back in dollar cost averaging and things like that. Because I suspect that if this comes down, it might drag some of the altcoins down with it. It's not always likely, you know. Altcoins can go on their own mind and do a totally different thing, but that's what I'm paying attention to. Let's take a look over here on the monthly time frame. So this is Bitcoin again. Looking at Bitcoin's monthly time frame, I totally forgot about this. Ages ago, and probably 7-8 months ago, I drew this falling wedge. What you see here, this is a falling wedge, and it's very bullish, because usually when you see a falling wedge like this, price action usually breaks out of it at some point, and then it goes flying up really high. And how you measure the move with a falling wedge, you can take it from its highest point inside the falling wedge to the lowest point, and wherever the breaking point is, which would have been here in this case, shows you how high prices could potentially go in the future. So if this plays out according to the falling wedge, we could one day in the future see Bitcoin go up to $53,000. Write that down. Write it down as a piece of paper on your phone or something, because that could be a good price point to maybe consider taking some profits. I'm just saying, you know, who knows, might fall back down on our face again. So that could be a good price. I don't know, I'm just trying to share different ideas, right? But this is the monthly time frame. So far, this massive falling wedge on our monthly time frame has played out according to what I was saying. So where's the next resistance? Well, you can see it right here with this yellow line. If Bitcoin does break the last line, that red line, I would expect Bitcoin's price to come shooting straight up to here, which is the 33,000 level. And I'm going to change the color so you don't get confused with things, right? This green line, 33,900. That's the price I would expect Bitcoin to go up to before it can go any further. This would be the next, because this is the next line of resistance, right? And if we look back in the past, does it hold true? Let's just have a quick look. You can see here, look, when it broke below it, this is where we held resistance. It fell down. Let's have a look in the past again. We've seen something similar here, look, where we tried to break above it. The wick came back down. We couldn't resist it until it finally did break it, right? So these are the things that I'm looking at right here. But overall, it's looking good. This is the monthly time frame. If you look at the RSI down here, which talks about, are we overbought, are we oversold? We're kind of midway right now. 45, and we're close. I'm going to make this one big because it's an interesting one. We are close to breaking this yellow line. So if we break this yellow line here on the RSI, maybe we see a massive rise up in price. Buy power kicks in. And what does it look like for the stochastic RSI? Yeah, so this talks about buy momentum. When this blue line comes in and then this red line comes into this sort of blue zone, there's serious buy momentum kicking in, just like what happened here. And if I zoom out, what happened here, you can see what happened back in 2018 cycle. Look at all this massive buy power. It's similar to this. Look, the stochastic RSI come flying up, and that's what we could see. Look, it broke this yellow line as well. Price action broke out. So this is where we are now with the stochastic RSI. See my phone highlight. One more thing I want to touch on in regards to price action and stuff, because I've got a few more things we can have a look at. Hold on a minute. Bring this down. Is this over here? Let me see if I can find it. The crypto fear and greed index. So right now we are neutral. No one's being greedy. No one's in extreme fear. We're just neutral. So there is actually more room for Bitcoin to go up, before it starts to get extremely greedy, because that's when you want to start taking profits. That's where smart money takes profits. When this little ticker thing, whatever you call it, what's it called? An alert indicator? Whatever it is when it's over here in extreme greed. So this is what I'm paying close attention to. Over here, which I haven't shown in a while, the Bitcoin rainbow chart. This has been updated. It's interesting because if you look at these blue lines coming down, these are the parts of where we've had, I'm assuming, the Bitcoin halving, where Bitcoin's mining rewards get cut in half, make it harder to be mined and things like that. People are earning less, or the miners are earning less, which means it makes it more rare and harder to get hold of, which means the prices spike up, right? And the next one is set to be here, roughly around here. It says the 19th of March 2024-ish. Right, so we're quite away from that yet in 2024, but you can look at this whole rainbow chart and see when the best times were to buy it. Let me see if I can zoom it in. Reset. What does this do if I go like that? Oh, that just stretches it out. Okay, that's interesting. Let me zoom it in on 2029, 2030. Can you show me more? Because I haven't seen this. Oh, it's not doing much. It's not doing anything really. Let me just zoom it in because I want to focus on just sort of what we are right now. Let me bring it in a bit more, 2023. Oh, no, actually, bring it just a bit out. Here we go. So from the next halving coming to where we are now, look at where the dark blue areas are, because those were the best times to buy in the past. Literally, they've added that dark blue line. What is it, like a indigo? Is it pretty purple indigo? I was binging it with my little boy. Blue and green and bright yellow. That's the way the colours go. Sliding down the rainy boat. You know if you watch Bing. Anyway, that's how I remember the colours. This dark one down here, this dark bluish sort of, indigo. Is it indigo? Anyway, this is the best time to buy it. And if you can see where we've been right now over here, that keeps highlighting. Well, anywhere down here, it keeps highlighting. It's been the best time to be buying your crypto because it's low. You're really, getting things really, really cheap. Same as if you bought it back here in the COVID crash, if you bought it down here in 2018, if you bought it down here in 2014, 2015 cycle. So I'm paying attention to this. Obviously, you're going to want to sell when it goes red. And, we can see here, they added an extra red as well. So this is the red where many people took profits at the top and stuff. We didn't see a massive parabolic spike. We saw like a round curve. The big people, the big powers, the big money was being clever, smart. They were trying to hide the top. So, you know, this is what I'm paying attention to. And obviously, if you buy now at these low prices and sell when this rainbow chart shows red, you're just going to make money like a boss. And all your friends are going to be like, well, how did you know? How did you know when to when to buy and when to sell? And you're just going to say, well, I just looked at the rainbow chart. That simple. If you want this, just type Bitcoin rainbow chart. It comes up in Google. And that's all you're doing. You're looking at this chart. You're knowing to buy. You're buying in the blue, selling in the red. Done. That's it. Nice, easy trade. So, you know, pay attention to that. I've been paying attention to that. And yeah, that's nice and simple. I'm going to leave it here. If you liked it, drop that like, give me a subscribe. Hopefully this helps you on your journey. I'm a long-term investor. I'm hoping you're still long-term investing. Don't go for these little short, quick pumps. You don't make good money like that. It's the long-term holds that's going to make you life-changing gains. That's how I made my money. That's how you can make your money. Become a patron because they see this stuff first. You don't miss nothing. I can guide you on your journey if you want to know how to, you know, invest or what coins to go in and things like that. They're seeing things, loads of different things over here. They're seeing when I'm buying, selling, staking, all that stuff. Well, if you want that, it's it's this tier here. This one unlocks all my posts. And this is the one I recommend people go for. It's the most popular tier. And if you can't afford it, my next tier above is called the CEO partner tier. That one gives you access to my VIP Telegram group. I've seen so many people come in. Thank you. Loads of people joining Patreon, different tiers. I appreciate you all welcoming. And you know, this one here will give you access to the VIP group where I talk to them before I buy, before I sell. We're discussing loads of projects. They're buying coins right now that people can potentially make good gains on. I'm not going to say which coins because they're just discussing it. They're buying like a boss. You can come in the group and see what they're buying, but it's very relevant to what's about to happen. All I'm going to say is meme coin. I'm not saying it is a meme coin. It could be something to do with a meme coin, but they're buying coins that are going to pump and making crazy gains. They know what they're doing. Pay attention to what's going on in this VIP Telegram group. I'm going to leave it here. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers.